This is Democracy Now! I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. We turn now to Louisiana, where residents of areas devastated by Hurricane Laura may be forced to go weeks or months without power. And people held in immigration jails, they report horrific conditions.
As we reported last night, of the more than 51,000 migrants currently detained in the United States by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, upward of 8,000 are held in prisons and jails in Louisiana. In the last of our two-part report about the rapid expansion of ICE detention in Louisiana, we will hear from a local sheriff whose jail holds federal detainees.
Some are taking part in a nationwide day of action in response to the recent deaths and mistreatment of migrants at immigration detention centers. One of those deaths was in Louisiana at a facility in Gina. A 42-year-old man there died after spending more than a year in detention. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, he was being held despite being recommended for release. The initial cause of death was cardiac arrest.
We've seen large numbers of people being deported under the Obama administration, but we haven't seen this type of detention happening, especially for asylum seekers, and especially not in Louisiana.
Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a lawsuit by Texas and Louisiana saying the Republican-led states have no standing to challenge a policy narrowing federal immigration enforcement.
They're not written by raging liberals. The majority is written by Brett Kavanaugh. The concurrence is written by Neil Gorsuch. These are conservative thinkers applying conservative principles.
Well, controversy is building once again after ICE immigration police dumped dozens of asylum seekers across the state, including here in the capital city.
Yeah, city leaders say about 60 asylum seekers were dropped off at the Greyhound bus station on Florida Boulevard. Senator Bill Cassidy says the current immigration crisis is a result of the, quote, failed policies from the Biden administration.
Republican governors from across the country joining Texas Governor Greg Abbott in support of his effort to secure the border yesterday in Eagle Pass.
Texas is the only state in the history of the United States of America to build our own border wall. All that we want is to enforce the immigration laws of the United States.
Here in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Catholic Charities Diocese has mobilized to help a few thousand children who crossed the southwestern U.S. border and ended up in Louisiana.
I think that the children and their families are just caught in a power struggle between Republicans and Democrats competing over the Hispanic vote. It makes me want to do something about it.
Governor Greg Abbott and Texas Republicans have continued to spend billions of dollars on stopping illegal border crossings. Most recently, Abbott announced a plan to put a floating border wall in the Rio Grande. After the ruling, Governor Abbott called the decision outrageous. Constitutional lawyer David Cole disagrees.